Sunup on 7. My name is Renata Samos Kad.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kevin Mendes. Welcome to your hump day episode of Sunup on 7. Thank you so much for welcoming Renata into your space. Rena's teasing, what can they expect on today's show?
Excitement is going down because we're going to be talking about empowerment, self-defense courses. Is there going to be a demo? Are we going to be showing people how to do this thing? How to... Yeah. So, guys, obviously, that was not a demo. There's going to actually be a trained professional that's going to come in and do the thing correctly. Stay tuned for that segment. What else do we have, Kevin?
What else do we have? We're going to be talking to an elite academy, sports-based. Today, we're going to find out more about the academy. You know, what are their programs and how can you enroll?
And all this and so much more. You know how this works. Put your comments in the comment section. Make a live into our friendship. And respectful, of course. Shall we go to the couch?
Let's do this.
Answer that's worth looking for today. Just in time,
and he's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on the wall.
right now. Tell me,
And I they say.
White people.
But if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we
Muy buenos dias, my beautiful Sunup 7 family. Welcome to your Wednesday episode. It's October 8th. I want to say thank you so much for welcoming Renata into your space. If you're watching via Facebook, YouTube, or cable TV, happy hump day. We're very excited about today's episode, so let's get started by having a look at the weather, courtesy of the Belize Met Service.
Good morning, Belize. The latest satellite and surface observation showed isolated strong convection, mostly over southern parts of the country. Moist and unstable conditions lingers over the area. The 24-hour forecast, sunny with some cloudy spells today and cloudy at times tonight. A few showers, thunderstorms, and periods of rain will linger mostly over southern and some coastal areas this morning, with shower and thunderstorm activity decreasing and becoming isolated by this afternoon. Then, a few showers, thunderstorms, and periods of rain will occur around the country tonight, especially along the coast. The maximum temperatures for today will reach 85 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 86 inland, and 77 up in the hills. The low temperatures for tonight will be around 79 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 75 inland, and 68 up in the hills. The winds will be from the east-southeast at 10 to 20 knots, and the sea conditions will be choppy. A high tide will occur this morning at 11 o'clock, followed by a low tide this evening at 4:31, another high tide tonight at 10:22, and another low tide early tomorrow morning at 5:38. The sun rose this morning at 5:44 and will set this evening at 5:35. The moon will set this morning at 9 minutes after 7 and will rise this evening at 6:50. In the sargassum forecast, latest data show a significant decrease in sargassum over the area. However, there is still a medium chance that a few small sargassum mats could drift ashore during the next few days, producing low to moderate impacts. The outlook for Thursday and Thursday night: skies will be cloudy at times. Showers and thunderstorms will be generally isolated on Thursday. Then a slight increase in shower activity is expected mainly over northern areas Thursday night. In the tropical weather outlook, at 6 a.m. this morning, Tropical Storm Jerry was located about 835 miles east-southeast of the northern Leeward Islands. Jerry was moving to the west-northwest at 23 miles per hour with a maximum sustained winds of 50 miles per hour. This system poses no threat to Belize. For a review of our forecast and other products, please visit our website at nms.gov.bz. With that, we end this morning's forecast from the Belize National Meteorological Service.
Folks, that's the
And
weather
that is the
update.
weather.
And as the weather update was playing, we have our two cameras around Belize City for you to be able to see the traffic coming into the city. Of course, the motive of doing this is just to advise you as to how you can go ahead and mobilize yourself to be aware of if there's any traffic congestion, which we can see at this time there's none.
It's a good time to be.
It's a good time to be coming into the city. We definitely
Yeah.
know, like, after 6:30, coming, especially from Ladyville into the area,
Ooh,
then
it's not getting
you may get
congested.
into a bit of a pickle trying to get on time into the
Ooh,
city.
it's gonna be a fun time. But
Yeah.
big up to the people. Wally Birdie tell me that Vic may help put up the camera.
Oh,
Vic.
he thought the bird would climb the,
I don't know
the
if
tower?
that Vic that they want to fly up and gonna put up the camera, but whoever it is, it is in the moment that it is Vic. Big up to Vic and all the people that make it possible to have these things.
That is
you know,
true.
I know it was in the works a lot. Julisha told us.
Jules told us, yeah.
So he was like, you know, it took a minute to get there to be able to have everything situated the way they wanted. So it's nice to see that because, of course,
Definitely.
for people that are planning their day or trying to get ready and everything, they want to know, okay, what's the viewings, what it's like too as well. So
Yeah. What I think about, and like another good side about this is that we're able to show a side of the city, and there's a lot of folks that are tuning in from diaspora that are, you know, like that do not know what the city looks like, you know, so like it gives you like a good sense of like home. It's like,
yeah.
oh, look at the city, look
You
how it
connect
looks, right?
better.
So it's also like in another way, how we're keeping you home and keeping you warm and with the Sun Up and 7 vibes.
I'm seeing the little
Definitely.
vibes. I'm waiting to see runners, guys. I always look to see a little runner or something too as well. I'm not said that yet. I don't know. Maybe they go a little bit earlier because it's a little bit cooler too as well, possibly. And traffic does start, like Michelle is saying, that traffic does start between like around 7:05 or so. That's when I say everybody come through, 'cause everybody had the same idea. But definitely, like Blaze and Gal said, it's going to be a beautiful day. We speak it into existence. It's going to be a great day. Claim it.
Yes,
Let's
it's
do
gonna be a
this
great day.
thing.
Definitely. Ren, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm excited for the Wednesday. Like, I don't know why in my mind I wake up with a deliciousness. Like, I'm ready to get it done.
Okay,
A little
'cause
extra.
I would think you every day wake up with it.
I don't know. Sometimes it's extra then. Like, there's,
Okay.
like when I add a little extra piece of cream or ice cream or something.
I can tell, yeah. That intro was extra, yeah.
It was, because I had
Yeah.
to do like, and then Mr. Hype is like, the energy. And I'm like, get it. So,
All right,
yes, I'm
there you
feeling
go.
good. How are you
There you
feeling,
go.
baby?
I'm feeling like pretty relaxed in comparison
like
to
you're
you.
here
Like
and
if
I'm
you're there,
here.
yeah, I'm just like, but definitely like grateful. I think we're just resonating the sentiment of Belize and Gal. It's gonna be a great day. I'm really grateful to be here and just be out there to do our best. You know, like,
Yes.
and our couch topics really like raise an eyebrow, especially our first topic, which is this Belcan Bridge. I am like,
I feel like we can call this now, because of the multiple interviews and everything that's happening, we can now deem this a saga of the
definitely,
Belcan.
definitely.
The
So like these
Belcan
situations
saga.
always have me like, wow, like to think that people say, oh, like little Belize, nothing happens here. Like, like all these things are happening in the US and stuff like that. But when you look here, it's like, we do have some really, really like eyebrow-raising national issues that I'm like, why aren't we having much conversations about? So it really
It always drives the question, if Jews not to do their interviews, if Channel 7 not to get their hot scoop, if people don't come and report on things that are happening.
Yeah.
And I go back to again, like when they had the kidnapping in Dolores way back when too, as well, that person wasn't able to get that interview to Jules. And of course now we're seeing another interview coming about what's happening when it comes to stolen or used documents that have not been given the correct acknowledgement. We're looking at all these things and we're like, imagine if this media plays such an important role to get out information so people can be abreast of what's happening. Because where else are you going to find the information?
Yeah, but it's definitely, important things for you to stay in mind and have conversations about, because in one way or another, it affects everyone. So with that, Ren, should we get started with
Let's
our
dive
talk?
into it. Let's rip off the band-aid, guys.
So yesterday, Jules had an interview with Mr. Evandale Moody, who's the chief engineer at the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing, which, according to the interview, we can conclude that they are the ideal ministry to be able to undertake
Of course.
projects like building this Balkan Bridge.
They've been doing it for 20
Yeah,
years.
for one, they've been doing it for 20, 25 years, as you mentioned, Ren. But also, like, this project falls within their jurisdiction for them to work on, because it falls within the highways. They need to navigate the highways. But what raises a lot of eyebrows about this is, for one, it's like, how did this project went from
Excuse me.
being having oversight over the Ministry of MIDH, where they hired a consultant to develop this bridge because there were like bids that were going to take place and all of these things. The next thing you know, the Ministry of Economic Development saying, hey, this project is going to go now to the City Council. And they're like, but why the City Council? Like, they've never built a bridge in their life.
Exactly. I
So,
mean, like it is said that it's exciting, it's new, it's something incredible. But when you think about the idea of a bridge, this is not something that you could just throw out and say, oh, go do a bridge.
Right.
Have it.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a nice project.
Right. But then like what like raises more like, your eyebrow is, okay, so like
concern.
it goes into the hands of the City Council. But then when the whole transition was happening from one ministry to the City Council, they were requested to submit the files of the bridges, right? Because now it's going to the City Council. So they submitted everything in PDF to prevent any plagiarism from
Which
taking
is very
place,
important.
Which is very true. And even so, like, they held back to the AutoCAD, which basically the software that is the engineer software for this bridge designed to be there. And they were like, we're very cautious about giving you this AutoCAD, because if we send it to you, then this is editable, right? Then you are able to have the hands of the design of the designer, and you're going to be able to make edits as you see necessary, which they were like, But then the Ministry of Economic Development, according to the interview, was pressing for them to also send the AutoCAD, which
send
they
everything.
sent with a letter saying, yo, we're sending this, but these are the particular things that you should be mindful about.
Like, I
We're
like
sending
how
this
they
out of
have
house.
it like in writing. I know to play these
Yeah.
games with you. I'm sending this to you, but let it be known that I sent this and understand X, Y, and Z when it comes to receiving this too as well, because it's in your hands at this point, right? Because of course, you know, you've been in the rodeo enough times to know how things can play out and what can be able to happen.
So black and white is always
Black and white is
so
always
good.
important.
Yeah,
I think
very
also
important.
what's really important about the conversation with Mr. Moody is talking about the idea of we had that big gap or understanding or misunderstanding about the fact that these plans were not completed. They were in, like, remember they were saying how the draft documents that were sent, they had missing
So that came from the press release given by the
Yes.
Belize City Council.
and that was
Yeah.
the understanding that people had, like, oh, they're saying it's not complete fully, and they outlined everything that was necessary to as well. And then of course now we're seeing Mr. Moody saying
Yeah.
when it was received in 2022 that it was completed, that they actually peer reviewed it too as well
Yeah.
with their expertise in house, that they were able to do the proper peer review, and even further clarifying and saying that they didn't see it necessary to have another consultancy, another firm be able to peer review because they
Yeah.
had already done the work
That
as,
is true.
as well.
That comes about because what we do know in this whole investigation is that the Belize City Council hired an external consultant to go ahead and review this bridge design, and they're saying, why was
That
there the
necessary,
need
like,
for
we do
this
it.
this external consultant to be hired? For one, if you needed this, like any clarifications to be done, then
Contact me.
contact the Ministry of Infrastructure and Development and Housing, because they're like, we have the expertise here, and we were the ones that submitted the design to you. So like, you should come to us rather than paying this exorbitant amount
Do a
of money to
whole-
somebody else to do a review. But then they were like, but all of these things that you're saying are not in the document. We did submit them properly. As a matter of fact, the design of this bridge was ready for implementation, but then again moved to the Belize City Council. So
It raises more
It
questions
raises
because,
a
again,
lot of questions,
there was
definitely.
an understanding or there was a thought given out by this press statement that was given by Bay City Council, 3 pages long, longest it's ever been before with them giving a press statement that outlined, and it's basically justifying why they had to go about doing this because of the missing information. And then of course we have here Mr. Moody that's saying, no, we've been able to, when we submitted this, we submitted everything, letting you understand the premise of it. It was peer reviewed, it was up to par, like it had what it needed to have. If there was an issue that you faced when reading it through and needed some more specifications, you could have come back and said, hey, what's up? Well, let me clarify with you. And so now it's like, okay. And then on top of it, beyond just having them, because in my mind, I look at it as having MIDH feeling blocked out or feeling pushed back, because it's like, and I not only took this document from you, I didn't go back and check with you about the document. I got somebody else to review it and to do consultants and the peer review on it. And on top, I'm not giving you this project. I'm giving it to the Bay City Council. It's in their jurisdiction. You know what?
it was not in their jurisdiction.
For where the bridge is supposed to be. And I know that's one of the claims too as well that's been done, why the Bay City Council was given this project because
Well,
of it.
according to Moody, there was no reason why it was passed over to City Council. They were just informed. Ministry of Economic
That we're gonna
Development
get
is
it.
saying pass it over to the Belize City Council. So they were like, why? When we have the expertise.
We've been doing it for a hot minute. I think
But
we know
so
what
like
we're doing.
the question here, and I hope that we are able to, solve this, is what was the reason behind the Ministry of Economic Development saying give this project over to the Belize City Council? That's like a big question because there's nothing about it so far.
So it's like,
on the
what's
interview.
happening really under the sun that allows them to be able to be a part of this project and really be able to utilize what's happening? Because, of course, we know that MIDH has the expertise. They're fully willing to be able to do it. I could understand also why Mr. Moody calls it appalling to as well, to not be able to get this contract, to be able to do the work that they're doing, because it's a very serious bridge. It's one of utmost importance. Many people have been talking about it. They've been talking about it too as well as one of the bridges that they want to get changed, want to get fixed, and it has to get fixed too as well because of where it's located. And just to find out, this is the way it's starting off. And Jules said, they start off in a good light any at all. I know that Minister Espat talked about because of the scrutiny that is given in the beginning portion, it's going to cause them to cross their T's and dot their I's. But I don't feel like, again, I still don't feel like it's necessary for them to have this project when MIDH has the better expertise to be able to carry it out. They've done it. Like, there's no doubt about they've done it. They've executed beautifully too as well. They have that understanding, why not have them have the project?
Yeah, so definitely this investigation continues. You know, there are so many questions still left. But at the end of the day, like, it's taxpayers' money going, according to Mr. Moody, unnecessarily spent because they did their due diligence to ensure that this bridge was executable, right? That from the design, you could tell this is
Think me
ready to
done.
bridge.
You touch it extra
Yeah,
more.
it's ready to build. And then they had to go and spend an external consultant. But then there's also like the point about the engineer, right? Mr. Matos was saying, yo, they literally just took
They
my
did the work.
design, like page by page, dot by
Call it
dot,
that.
into everything. And I'm like,
And they say, and then they even give the man no acknowledgement,
Yeah,
no kind of credit.
that is true.
I'm a hurt because you put in so much years, you've done so much when it comes to building your brand, building your name, and to not get any kind of credit. For me, that's a slap in the face. And it's just me there. And I love how a lot of people are trying to put things together and say, like, does it feel like there's somebody getting a cut from something, and is something going? No, because that's the big
Yeah,
question
yeah.
the public is going to be trying to understand, because why is there a need to do another peer review? Why is there a need to give it to some another entity? What's happening there under the sun? It doesn't seem like it adds up the way that it normally adds up, because projects under this magnitude and a project that the MIDH has talked about wanting to be able to fix, why not be given to them? They had the entire design and everything. I'm just trying to understand it.
yeah. Well, the city council hired once a nurse to paint the building, right? So it's just like,
And then, yeah, I like what Michelle say, oh, woo!
you know, it's just like, why, what?
No
what?
expertise in a painting, no expertise in a bridge, but you know what? Contracts are given regardless.
Exactly.
Worry about it less, make me the more.
Oh, my God.
Live it. And, then,
It is scary, you know, like, it's just, wow, like,
and if we don't raise these questions, what's going to happen? Because, of course, now the big question is, like, this is proceeding? Is this going to continue on? Are we going to completely block out MIDH? Are they not going to have any kind of...
yeah. But it's also, like, really, like, interesting to see, like, this turf or, like, these conflicts between ministries, right? When they're supposed to be working together for the good of the people. Saying,
This is
oh,
what,
like,
so
I
that's
don't-
what I'm saying.
like,
Is there something happening
yeah,
why
like-
Belize City Council was picked over MIDH
Who
instead
have the
of that? Because it
expertise,
could have been a
yeah.
thing where MIDH was given the project and Belize City Council was a good partner in the project because of, again, I'm going by the jurisdiction thing, right? So I'm just like, there's something happening that we don't know. Something under the sun that's not clicking on. And I also want to beg the question, like Michelle's saying, you know, what was really changed in the documents? Because remember, they're claiming how that everything was done correctly. Like, well, Mr. Moody was saying that everything was together. What was really changed? What specifically?
well,
changed?
according to Mr. Matos, nothing was changed.
And that's why I'm
Right?
saying, so like,
yeah. When there's a lot of talk about this, but we have to move on to
yeah,
our
we gotta
next
move
cultural
on.
topic. So yesterday, on an interview with the representative for the Belize Home Caregivers Association, she raised some very interesting concerns and some very, very valid ones in regards to care for the elderly.
Yes.
Saying in Belize, there's no proper protocols,
regulations
no
in
regulations,
place.
rules of how you go about hiring somebody that's going to be able to provide caregiving to the elderly. And this basically comes from a situation that she experienced
yeah,
some
so
years ago.
they spoke about a case that happened about 5-6 years ago that they were reporting on. Apparently, there was a caregiver that, you know, was put in charge of an elderly person. Their family is not living in Belize, so they weren't able to make the regular checks into the home and see what's happening. The person worked like 24/7 for that person, the elderly person. And so in that same case, they had to go on a vacation. They wanted to take a leave. And so they hired somebody else in that meantime, in the interim, to go and be able to service that elderly person. And in that small second of like seeing and servicing, that person noted that there were bruises on the elderly person, and these things weren't stuff that were long time ago. It seemed like recent bruises too as well. They made the report, they did the follow-up too as well. And they're looking into the idea now of, like Kevin said, the regulations and looking what happens in cases like that. That case has been ongoing from the 5 to 6 years too as well, because again, things have not been properly put in place to allow for proper care of elder persons. She did also make mention, Ms. Sasha Ely, stating that a lot of times the cases that happen in this manner are 99% of people with dementia, Alzheimer's, and so forth, because they are more vulnerable to be taken advantage of. They're also the ones that have to have more 24/7 around-the-clock care because it's harder to take a shift. And then families are not necessarily always at home. There are families living abroad that are doing their living, but they want to make sure that their loved one is taken care of. And so you have a round-the-clock person that's living in and taking care of that person, but you don't necessarily have somebody that's always checking in on what's happening with the state of that person.
So the situation that she raised 5 to 6 years ago involved a client who had Alzheimer's, right? So like that again comes back to the point that you mentioned, Ren, in that persons that have Alzheimer's or dementia are more vulnerable, but they also require more attention and more care.
Yes,
right?
and love,
and so like people are saying that. So what the spokesperson for the Belize Home Caregivers Association is saying is that these days people could just go for like a one-day training and they get a certificate and they call themselves
of appreciation
caregivers
and
of these things, right? They're saying there's not a proper like training module or background check to ensure that these persons are indeed suitable for home-based care, but also suitable to provide care for Alzheimer's and persons with dementia, which is, I would say, specialized care that
and
they
it's
need.
very scary to see that this is allowed to happen. She even may mention there's a website that she knows of that has a listing of persons that she knows have had a history that are not supposed to be specifically on this list too as well. And it's just like, where do you go and properly make these reports? She didn't mention how the NCA and the Labor Department do know of the case, and they were the ones that are taking it up, and she has brought this to the Labor Department. But there's so much that has to be done to bring about regulation and bring about something to be put in place, but I'm hoping that it can happen. Because what are we doing when we just let any Tom, Dick, and Harry come into somebody's home? Because she doesn't even just talk about the abuse, taking advantage of stealing these persons' money, you know, just like abusing them mentally, verbally, all these different things that they're susceptible to because they don't have somebody to come in and make sure that they're okay. You just trust Kevin. I'm just saying, you just trust Kevin to come in and Kevin and make sure this person taking medication, make sure this person bathe on time, make sure they not take this person money and take advantage and every single thing, eat on time and all these stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a big task to put on anybody. We just have maybe 1 day certificate of training.
Right. So I can see where there again, the lobbying point of Ms. Ely, we're saying we need to have proper regulations and protocols and certifications for this service to be provided. I also feel that this service should not be isolated from the whole aspect of community care. Because let's say I hire somebody to look after my elderly relative who has Alzheimer's, then it's the sole responsibility of that person, right? I'm supposed to still be involved in the care of this individual where I also check up on them. But it highlights for me how we view elderly folks, right? Once you are of an age that you are considered unproductive, then you're just put to a side and somebody will look after you.
Because obviously you're not going to be contributing to the country in their mind. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Obviously you're not going to be contributing to the country anymore, but you forget about how much years of service, of care, of development, of growth that person has put into the country. But now because they're not usable in that sense, you're like, it's an afterthought.
So what happens to like the folks around this person that is just saying, oh, we hired somebody, let them deal with that, right? So I'm like, it really calls for like your empathy as people. Like, these were folks that were really present during your life, maybe, you know, that they gave you love, they gave you understanding, they help you with your upbringing, and here you are leaving them to that situation. What I would like to know is that how, because Ms. Sasha, like on her interview, like I was waiting to hear, okay, like these are the agencies that are responsible for this and these are the regulations that need to happen. I think there's more research to be done in the situation to find out what are the appropriate entities that are supposed to ensure that this is looked after to ensure that it's done well.
And I would definitely want her to come on the couch to be able to further like dive into that conversation to understand and allow people to have a better information on how it comes to reporting. Like if there's a specific police department that you're supposed to go or a unit that you're supposed to go to talk about this abuse and what it looks like too as well, because these can't continue. This shouldn't continue.
Yeah. Ren, today is a big day.
Yes. It is the day.
It is the day
that a lot of people have been looking forward to. A lot of people have been dreading this all in one, a circle of different emotions, because today Key Cocker pulls their referendum up and what the results will be. what will take place?
So the question that the voters will be seeing on their ballot today says, should the government of Belize pass legislation to create a responsible, regulated, and taxable legal cannabis industry on the island of Kikaker, with a portion of the revenue going directly for the benefit of Kikaker and its residents?
It's a big question.
Yeah, it's a big question. There are really
With a lot
like
of
mixed views about this. Some people saying no, some people saying yes, some people in between. But what do you think is going to be the outcome of it, Ren?
I feel like it's anyone's bet at this point in time. I know that there was an interview yesterday that's done with one of the counselors that was speaking about having 50% of the revenues going directly into the council because, of course, they're barely struggling to make ends meet about getting about 5,000 subsidies now, and their payroll alone is about 6,000, 7,000, and they're not making ends meet, and they're not able to properly develop the island, and they're looking for medical care, for education, for infrastructure to happen with this money. So I know that there's a lot of people pushing to see how those contributions in the question itself are being said, because of course it's a general question that has a lot of little snippets that you can put in and insert in whatever it is how you feel like it. Because of course if it is a yes, it follows on thereafter of how that yes will look for the island. But I feel like it's anyone's bet at this point, Kev. Really, because of just on both sides, I feel both sides have good points that they're trying to push for. They have relevant concerns, and it's an issue that this island has to look at and see what best works for us as a people. Because as the minister has said, Minister Musa has said that this is going to be something that looks directly at Kikaker. It's not going to be something that's going to be rolling out to other portions of Belize like that as of yet.
That's true. So like for me, it's like if the win is no, then like okay, at least like it really like sparked the conversation about the legalization of it, of cannabis, the regulation of it, what it may look like. And so, no, okay, but it did start a conversation. But now if it's a yes, I'm very, very interested to know like what follows next. I feel like there has not been much conversations about what the yes means in terms of like what the regulations will look like, where it's going to be grown, who's going to be selling. I think like all of those questions should have been digested properly, you know, before you put people to have this referendum, because there can be ideologies, there can be emotions, there can be facts, all of these things presented, and all of these things toy with the way how you're going to be voting.
But so, beyond that, if you vote and we do get this thing passed, how are you going to manage this? Right. How are you going to make this work? And, you know, like one of the big things that I think for me was just taken aback and just saying, this could go any way, would be when they looked at the idea of it being a cash-based industry fully and solely, and looking at that and understanding how that can open the door for many different things in this small island.
Yeah.
And of course, opportunities and issues with illegal activities, money laundering, all these different things. It's a lot that can be able to go under the sun. So I'm just like saying, I completely understand what you're saying. Like, there's so much emotion, there's so much things coming out and being said about this. But the reality is, if it is a yes, have we really thought about how this industry will really look like in this island?
Yeah, so I feel like there is the need for more information to say, what does this yes would translate to? You know, we've done all of these steps to ensure that this regulation actually takes place, that the beneficiaries are actually the residents of Kikaker. But one thing is important for me to like say also is that the fact that this is an island does not mean that it's like impermeable, right? It's not going to be like isolated where it's only going to happen here, right? There's boats, there's planes, there's everything that passes through this island. There's people that cross through it every day. So it's like whatever happens inland can also affect what happens on the island, and whatever happens on this island can also affect inland. So it's a very, very interesting day for this referendum. So stay tuned to tonight's newscast. We're going to be able to know
I'm really excited to see what
the result
happens
of this referendum.
And I would love to see like the interviews of people along the way, of people just going to vote. I don't want the people on either side that have been speaking in front of a camera and a mic or whatever it is. I want to just the civilians, the people that come out to exercise their right to vote. I want to hear how they feel about it, or if they understand it too as well. Because a lot of times in situations like this, I don't think people have given all the information. They've been given opinions at times. And so you're forced to just like kind of cipher it. Either way, you're still supposed to be doing your own personal research, I will say too as well. But for people, they want the presentation of data. They want the presentation of information to
Yeah.
understand how this really looks, or how
Yeah.
what are the ways in which, if it's not voted on, how are we gonna like combat what we're going through right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
There's so much to think about.
That
with
is
it.
true. That is true. And I feel like it's also important to like go to like what prompted this. And clearly it sounds that the city that the village council is struggling to meet their ends to ensure that the council is functioning, to ensure that they're meeting their deliverables of this island. If they were getting the proper revenue, then may they have never had to go to this creative design of saying, let's legalize cannabis in the island, right? So if the government was doing their job, then we never had to get here in the first place. But I think like that's something that we're not tackling
coming with
pretty
some
well.
observations.
Yeah.
Because you hear it. You hear it in their conversations
They say we
of the
want
struggle.
housing, we want schools,
They want so much
hospital,
stuff, and they think all this money is going to open the door to have all of that happening. And honey bunch, it's not as
Yeah.
it's not a 1, 2, 3 size
They
fit
get
all.
$4,000 a month when they have to pay $6,000, $7,000 on payroll. It's like, yeah. So of course you're gonna try to find
And then
whatever
the profit
whatever
is
way.
also asking like, you just spend all of this on payroll, but what is actually getting done? Or are people just collecting checks and not doing work? Anyways, you know
Yeah,
what?
no, that's
You know
totally
what?
valid
That's
questions,
another
right?
conversation for another day. But I'm just
Right.
saying, Kev,
But
because
that's the
if you
root
look
cause
at it
of
too
where
as
this
well,
comes
like
from.
there's a lot of times people are employed, collecting a salary, and are not able to execute functions properly because of maybe lack of money or so forth. So is it a thing where you need to downsize and look at the persons that are ideal workers that need to get something done
Mm-hmm.
until you generate proper income from that, then hire on persons to be able to build on your expansion? Or we're just having things here and not enough money to be able to populate the different projects. Anyways, I'm moving on.
Yeah. And just like an important, like I think like just like a clear note here from Belize and Gal is saying, well, yes or no, weed is still available.
10 grams is still available.
Yeah, it's
10,
still
I'm
legal.
going to say the amount too as well, because people, please understand there's 10
Right.
grams. That's
But definitely, this
can be
one
a
of the
real person.
associations that has been advocating for the no is the National Evangelical Association of Belize. And yesterday, they called out Minister Musa for his involvement in the advocacy for the yes, or alluding to the yes, of this referendum, right? Because it's saying you are the minister of Home Affairs,
Home Affairs, yeah,
which
that's
is police, you
which
know,
is
like,
policing and dealing with all of that aspect of security and everything. And then, of course, you're advocating for this industry for cannabis and getting the regularization of cannabis. But the truth is, he has a very interesting portfolio, because his portfolio has Home Affairs, I understand that fully, but he also has for new growth industries,
growth
which
industries.
marijuana, cannabis will be looked at
As
as
a
a
new
new
growth.
growth industry. So it would be kind of weird to see him not be able to advocate for this. So I do understand like why he would have to be at the forefront, being able to like make things run. And we have seen in the past too as well that this is an industry that Minister Musa does hold dear to his heart, because of course it seems that, you know, he advocates a lot more for this, I would say, as compared to other things.
Right. So what the NIAB is saying as the point of conflict is that they're saying this is the very same product that is the primary reason for turfs and wars in the country. So they're saying, why are you advocating for something that will just increase
Are you conflicting?
crime and violence in the country? So they're saying, why are you advocating for this?
And it's not
Yeah.
added up for them. You know, at the end of the day, whatever he does advocate for, it's still up to the people.
Yeah.
And I always put this on the people, because we're always going to see different entities, different individuals go with their bias or go with what their mandate is too as well. But regardless of whatever side is saying what, it's up to every single individual person that is of voting right, that can go out and make their voices heard and choose what their verdict and what their future is going to be like in the island.
That's
and I
true.
think that's really important to understand too as well for it. And I don't think we should discredit what the minister is trying to do when it comes to going into his industry. But I do think that we should just look at the cold hard facts, look and understand the situations at hand, and see exactly how we're going to navigate if we do this, and if we don't do this, what would be then after the solutions to help boost the economy of the key. Because as we're seeing right now, it does not look pretty.
Yeah.
when it comes to how things are going.
Right, let's move on to our last Couch Talk topic, and we're going to touch this briefly because we're out of time. And so, Mr. Francis Usher, who is responsible for the oversight of the bombs, if we can say this, and you can please help me to find out his title.
He's the CEO for
CEO of
the Defense, the CEO of Defense.
Okay, the Ministry of Defense. So basically, this is a short interview that he had yesterday with Jules as regards to where are these bombs coming from, and this is from the explosion that took place in Orange Walk over the weekend. And he's saying that based on their findings, this bomb really could be the most close connected to it being one of like what the British Army left behind. And he's saying what they're currently doing is that they're doing their serial number checks to determine its origin, but more than likely it is a British.
He didn't want to
bomb
put
that
too
was
much,
left behind.
like saying this is it before they do their final checks and everything. What I think was really interesting about CEO Francis Usher, or what he explained, is that they do have a good understanding and a good scope of the different bombs and everything in the country. He didn't want to say that they know every single bomb and everything, but he's like, they have a good understanding of American as the British, and like they have the serials and they have the trackings, and they're understanding clearly what the image is like too as well. And he did mention that in that area, which is the New River training area, that there are bombs that are present in that area too as well. So this is nothing new under the sun, but for this to happen in the way that it did happen,
That's true.
of course, it raises alarms and the concerns, of course, of people. What is good too as well, he did mention that his team was able to go in and to de-escalate further explosions of the bomb because of a reactor portion of it too as well. So I'm just like...
That is true. You know, and it's unfortunate that somebody lost their life in this situation.
So unfortunate.
But this could have gone worse, because if you look at the area in Orange Walk, Ren, where this incident happened, next to it there's a butane gas company, and next to it there's a gas station, right? So this could have been massive. So again, so we just want to resonate what Mr. Usher says, that if you have any bombs or you know anybody that has this apparatus lingering somewhere, to please call 610-6037 and report it for them to intervene, deactivate whatever is there to do to ensure your safety. 610-6037.
37. And again, this number, guys, for you to know anybody that has any bombs, want to deactivate any bombs, any concerns or so forth, call this number. Get the information to get this done to us. Do not mess with these things as you're seeing it right there. It's not something to play around with. Someone lost their life, unfortunately, but like Kevin rightfully said, this could have been worse. Thankfully, they could have de-escalated the situation. Like when Francis was saying some of the terms, right, for the things, I was like, man, this is like a whole different topic to go into and to understand the nitty-gritties of it too as well. But we're really glad to see that the team was able to de-escalate it to further be able to go. And again, we put the number in the chat for people that want to report anything when it comes to bombs.
So with that, we come to the end of our Couch Talk, and we want to say thank you so much for your contribution. To everybody that's watching via Facebook Live, definitely your perspective is totally valued. A quick shout out to Paul Young and Tanisha and Kalada that are tuned in to our Couch Talk. They said they love Sunup on 7 and they're watching it from Atlantic Bank.
Oh, so, love it. Big up yourself, guys.
Thank you so much for supporting the show. They were like, Kevin will forget. And I'm like, no.
Kevin does not forget.
I had to write it down because
I forget. I normally have to write it down, and I have it in my notes for like a whole week before.
Yeah, so shout out to you folks. And we have a beautiful sunrise to share with you as we wrap up our Couch Talk. So let's cue in the sunrise.
And this...
The sunrise is... Ooh.
And this is from Elise Vernon.
Ooh, that's like beautiful farm.
I know, from one of our former Miss World Belize, by the way.
I'm seeing a healthy horse.
It's yes. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Biscayne Village. It's in Kings Park.
You know what? Tell Ed to stop. Tell Ed to stop. Biscayne Village, guys. Big up Biscayne too as well. Biscayne is such a beautiful village in its essence and everything of it. Elise, I know they said to call them in because she has cows and horses and all kind of stuff. And she's so cute. Like sometimes she showcases like them having the little babies and all that. It's such an educational time.
All right, so with that, we're going to go to our first commercial break. When we're back, we have a great conversation with the Belize Global Elite Academy.
Yes, stay tuned for that. Let's get into it.
At RF&G Insurance, we're committed to safeguarding what matters most to you, offering coverage mile after mile. Our offices and agents located across Belize ensure that you are protected. Secure your property with RF&G Householders Comprehensive Policy. From your home to your belongings, we offer protection so you can enjoy life to the fullest. For more information on your coverage options, contact our team of experts today or visit your local agents. We'll be ready to assist. Don't forget, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Shireen Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Hi, have you heard about the expungement of criminal records? Well, as of August 1st, 2024, the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Act allows for you to apply to have certain criminal charges permanently erased from your record. Isn't that amazing? So, what makes you eligible to apply for expungement? The offense must qualify for expungement based on Schedule 2 and 3 of the law. You must meet the applicable rehabilitation period. This is the time period you must wait before you can apply. The applicant must not have any outstanding matters or have had any other convictions during the rehabilitation period. You can qualify for automatic expungement for certain first-time drug offenses, as well as COVID-related offenses. So, what are the benefits of expungement? Well, it broadens employment and educational opportunities that a criminal record would normally hinder. It gives you a peace of mind away from the stigma of having a criminal conviction and provides you with access to services that may be otherwise restricted. If you have a past criminal conviction, here's what you can do to get it expunged. First, verify if you qualify for expungement. Then, prepare the application package. Each package consists of 2 forms. Applications are available countrywide. You then make a non-refundable payment of $100 at your nearest Treasury Department and finally submit the package and payment receipt to any Ministry of Human Development office countrywide. Note, applicants will receive a notification within 90 days to see if their application was approved or denied. So, if you are interested, visit any Human Development office countrywide, any magistrate court, or the Ministry of Home Affairs office in Belmopan. For more information, you can call 227-2716 or you can WhatsApp 613-0343.
Muy buenos dias, my beautiful Sunup on 7 family. Welcome back to your Wednesday episode. Thank you so much for welcoming Renata and I into your spaces. And thank you so much for also welcoming our guests. Move on to an exciting conversation because we're going to be talking about the Belize Global Elite Academy. Today we're going to find out more details about what is the mission of the Academy. They have an upcoming event. And of course, here's an invitation for you to enroll into their programs. Giving us all this insight, we have the director of the Belize Global Elite Academy, Mr. Roscoe Reese, joining us. Mr. Reese, how are you? Our coach Roscoe, as how Ren calls
Doing
you.
great. How are you guys?
Very well. We're grateful for
Excited.
this conversation. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us to talk about it. Ren, are you curious about what the Academy is about?
Of course, because of course when Coach Roscoe's come on the couch, there's always great stuff. There's opportunities for young people. There's enhancement, capacity building too as well. So I know this is not anything out or short of excellent that he's
Yeah.
going to be bringing to the table. But I think for persons that are hearing the word or hearing the title Global Elite Academy, it might be something new under the sun for them. So maybe for a reference and people to understand better, explain to us what the Global Elite Academy really is.
If there's one thing we know, it's going to be about basketball.
Oh, definitely, Kevin. The context clues.
Yes.
We're gonna be elite basketball, right? But like, dive into us about what this entity really, this academy, is really bringing about.
Well, the Belize basketball is a global game, first off. So me and a couple of my colleagues, Kashif Thomas and Harold Grant, we came up with the idea to form a Belize Global Elite Academy for basketball. All 3 of us are affiliated with USA Basketball. We're licensed coaches.
Okay.
And we wanted to provide more opportunities for our Belizean boys and girls on a global scale. So we came up with the idea to start the Belize Global Elite Academy.
And when you say these opportunities, are we looking at specific ages or anything? Because basketball really is something, and you of course know, when you start from young and you grow that seed into them and they just nurtured with the skills, it's even better for them when it becomes time for them to, go to school and all these different things. So what age ranges are we looking at for this academy?
Well, it's youth basketball, so we want to start from the age of 5. So we're
love
looking
it.
at 5 all the way up to about 18. So those are the
Excellent.
ages.
Okay.
So I understand also that, with this academy, and of course with your amazing colleagues that have come together and really had a push and a knack to make sure we create this environment, there is an event that's coming up too as well that people can be a part of. And of course later on we're going to be diving into, for persons out there hearing age 5 to 18, which is a great long age range of how you can sign up and why you should be signing up to as well, or telling a friend or somebody that you know that has a child that has great talent or doesn't necessarily have the full talent but wants to get into sports. Doesn't necessarily have to be the person that was waking up and wanted always to be a basketball player, but somebody that
got out of the womb shooting a ball, you know.
I'm sure Roscoe's son was like that. But no, definitely. Let's talk about this event, which is the 3-on-3 event.
Yeah, so we started off with the 3-on-3 tournament. We have 4 different age categories.
Okay.
So we have a 5 to 8 age category.
Okay.
We have a 9 to 12, a 13 to 15, and a 16 to 18. So we have 4 different categories. We're looking for 75 players per category. So it's
Oh,
like
wow.
15 teams per
That's a
category.
lot.
It's a free event, so the registration is free. There's a QR code and a Google form that you can use to sign up. The deadline actually is the end of this month. So the
Okay.
31st
Yeah, some time.
of October is our deadline for sign up. If you don't sign up by then you have to make it to the next event.
To the next event.
So far, we have maybe like 101, 102 signed up. So we're looking for like 198 more sign-ups. We post up the registration forms on our Instagram, on our Facebook pages, and we're just coming to the media shows to bring awareness on the event, and hopefully more schools, more basketball coaches, more clubs, more teams hear about it and they want to sign up. We have amazing prizes that are going to be given away to all the participants. You get a free basketball when you sign up.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
All the jerseys that you're going to be playing in are free. Backpacks, water bottles, T-shirts. So just a lot of giveaways for the young athletes. Something for them to feel special. They appreciate playing the game, and we just want every youth to have a
I
basketball.
was just gonna say, imagine you love this sport and you have the basketball.
And I know there are many children out here that don't have a basketball.
Yeah.
So just for like a young boy or a girl to actually own their own basketball,
Right.
I think that's just more
Yeah,
motivation.
and if you're promoting basketball, I mean, that's the right tool to have to be
Look
able
at
to.
Kevin.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
They miss Kevin catching this ball, guys. You don't understand. Like, I'm so proud of Kevin. We're seeing the jerseys there also, guys, of what's going to be given away.
The ball just appeared here, you know.
Okay, so we need you to throw that ball. Can you throw it back, Kev?
Yeah.
Right? And let's do this again because I want
Again.
people to see
Okay.
Kevin can do it. Yeah, babe. Get it in. Get it
Wow,
in.
I'm so proud of myself. Yeah.
Now you have to do the finger, the spin hand.
No, I cannot do that. How does it go? But, okay, so the event is November 7th to the 9th.
7th to the 9th.
November 8th and 9th.
Eighth
It's on
and
a
ninth.
Saturday and a Sunday at the Belize Civic Center.
I know
Okay.
you said right now you have about 102 persons that have signed up. Is there a particular age range that you really need people to like, hey, this one I need to get signed up? Because I know you mentioned also
I think
it's
in-
75.
I think in all the groups we need more teams.
Okay.
So in all age groups we need more teams. So if you're a hooper, a young boy, a young girl, you have a team, you have friends that you might want to play with, sign your team up.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, it's easy. Just go on
So you can
our.
sign up by team or can you sign up by individual
You
too
can
as
sign
well?
up individual.
And then you're going to place them.
Yeah, no, actually, they're gonna place themselves on their own team. It's like you
Oh.
bring your own team. You sign up. I mean, if there are individuals that signed up 1-1, we might be able to shuffle them around and put them on teams. But it's more of like you have your 3-on-3, you have your friends you want to play with, you sign up your team, and come out and play on the day.
Excellent. Okay.
Right. So, and just for clarification, you can find the form at Belize Global Elite Academy on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay. And also Instagram.
And also on Instagram.
Very well. So
We
you
also
have,
shared the Google form and the QR code with you guys. Maybe you could share it
We can definitely
on your page as well, just to bring more awareness.
Of course.
Thank you.
And we're looking for these age ranges from 5 to 18, guys. So if you once you sign up, you have your team members
Yeah.
too as well. Find your 2 persons because it's 3 persons per
Well, I
team.
mean, you
right?
could have 5 people on a team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're allowed 5 people on a team, but only 3 get to be on the court at any given time.
Gotcha. See?
There you go. And it's a free event, right? You just sign up, you get your ball, you get your jersey, you get your water bottle.
T-shirts, everything.
Yeah, and
too
you
as
get to be
well.
coached by very good coaches that have certificates.
That are licensed,
They're
that have that
licensed. So it's
great
like,
experience, you know,
what a-
abroad and
yeah,
in Belize too as well.
What a great experience for anybody that's out there. If you're a child, if you have any godson, any godchild, your school, like you mentioned, maybe your school team can sign up also. It's
Yeah, we're looking for school teams to sign up as well. You could have your high school team sign up. You could have your primary school team sign up. So we're just looking for young players that want to be a part of an event. Harold He was going to be on the show this morning, but they had an emergency. Harold Grant is a Belizean American, and he actually owns his own skills company in California.
Nice.
It's called How to Outwork University. He's actually bringing two teams with him from California.
Okay.
So they're going to be 2 international teams participating in the event as well.
Nice.
And like I said, basketball is a global sport, so we're just trying to touch base with the globe, other countries, other places in the States. We're going to be doing these tournaments in America as well, too. We're going to host some 3-on-3s in the States where we'll give the opportunity for some Belizean kids to go and play 3-on-3 against boys and girls in America as well. So we're trying to raise the bar when it comes to the development of the sport, and we want to really start with the 3-on-3 foundation because it's much easier to learn the game from building up from 1-on-1, 2-on-2 up to 3-on-3.
Wow.
And you get kind of a more well-rounded understanding of spacing, passing, cutting, screening. So you learn a lot through 3-on-3.
I love it. Somebody's asking if you could just repeat one more time the different age ranges so people to sign up.
Yeah, the different age ranges are 5 to 8. So we have a 5 to 8-year-old category. We have a 9 to 12-year-old category. We have a 13 to 15-year-old category, and then we have a 16 to 18-year-old category.
All right.
Excellent.
So definitely there's a space you can find on, and thank you so much for sharing all the opportunities that can come by somebody participating in the programs of the Belize Global Elite Academy. So we thank you so much, Coach Roscoe, for joining us today on Sunup on 7. It's time for a commercial break, Ren.
Yeah, with that, guys, we're going to be posting up the flyers to us so you can be able to see with the QR code. But I really encourage you guys, have that conversation with some children around you, for coaches out there, for persons that have basketball teams, people that just want to get into something fun and learn a little bit more about the sport. This is the perfect example for that, too, as well. We're looking for 198 more persons to get in. So that could be you. It's free. You get free things too as well, and you get a chance to be able to be exposed and make friends and collaborate. So what is there to lose in all of this? It's a great opportunity. But again, thank you so much, Coach Roscoe, and the team and everybody that's coming together to make this possible. I know something like this is not easy to pull off, especially with all the coordination, but we truly appreciate it.
Yes, thank you too. We just want to give thanks to Kashif Thomas and Harold. They invested a lot into purchasing all the basketballs, all the jerseys to give away to these young boys and girls. We also want to thank Jacob Leslie at the Basketball Federation for helping us get the gym. And we want to thank the mayor, Bernard Wagner. He's always been a great supporter of youth basketball, a good friend of mine. He helped us out with security and the referees.
Excellent.
So,
it's good to hear that our community is coming together to support this initiative.
I love it. So guys, make sure you sign up. Make sure you tell a child, girls and boys. Please remember that, girls and boys. Let's not make it only a boy sport, please and thank you.
Yeah.
But with that, we're gonna go to our next commercial break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Have you heard about the expungement of criminal records? Well, as of August 1st, 2024, the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Act allows for you to apply to have certain criminal charges permanently erased from your record. Isn't that amazing?
So, what makes you eligible to apply for expungement? The offense must qualify for expungement based on Schedule 2 and 3 of the law. You must meet the applicable rehabilitation period. This is the time period you must wait before you can apply. The applicant must not have any outstanding matters or have had any other convictions during the rehabilitation period. You can qualify for automatic expungement for certain first-time drug offenses, as well as COVID-related offenses. So, what are the benefits of expungement? Well, it broadens employment and educational opportunities that a criminal record would normally hinder.
It gives you a peace of mind, away from the stigma of having a criminal conviction, and provides you with access to services that may be otherwise restricted.
If you have a past criminal conviction, here's what you can do to get it expunged. First, verify if you qualify for expungement. Then, prepare the application package. Each package consists of 2 forms. Applications are available countrywide. You then make a non-refundable payment of $100 at your nearest Treasury Department and finally submit the package and payment receipt to any Ministry of Human Development office countrywide. Note, applicants will receive a notification within 90 days to see if their application was approved or denied. So, if you are interested, visit any Human Development office countrywide, any magistrate court, or the Ministry of Home Affairs office in Belmopan. For more information, you can call 227-2716 or you can WhatsApp 613-0343.
At RF&G Insurance, we're committed to safeguarding what matters most to you, offering coverage mile after mile. Our offices and agents located across Belize ensure that you are protected. Secure your property with RF&G Householders Comprehensive Policy. From your home to your belongings, we offer protection so you can enjoy life to the fullest. For more information on your coverage options, contact our team of experts today or visit your local agents. We'll be ready to assist. Don't forget, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Shiri Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm the bureaucrat.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Sunup on 7. It's Wednesday. I want to say thank you so much for working and welcome you, Renata, into your space. And our guest that comes through today's episode, our next guest is Ms. Renee Wenz. She's an empowerment self-defense instructor. She's no new to our couch, and she's been doing this work for years. So it's a great time to have this conversation about self-defense, the importance of it. And she has upcoming programs where you can sign up to gain this very, very valuable skill. Before we get into the conversation and into the demo, Ms. Renee, we just do a check-in with you. How are you feeling this Wednesday?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah.
How is your energy level from 1 to 10 today?
About a 7 or an 8.
Okay, all right. What's your secret?
I don't know.
She should have been it's a secret.
It is. That's how it stays a secret, Kevin.
Yes.
Tell people about it, just how they don't know.
Yeah, well, we thank you so much.
It's changing the hair color.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Doing for a makeover and changing your hair color does do a thing. I connect so much with that.
It does change it up. But like Kevin said, this is such an important, instrumental conversation to have across the country. People should have just a basic, I'm not just saying women too as well, persons in general need to have a basic understanding of how to equip themselves in the case that you need to defend yourself. Because you never know what's going to happen.
That's true. Unfortunately, we're there, you know, where you have to have these things where you can no longer be carefree or not have your guard up in case something like this happens. It's really unfortunate that we have to have this now at the back of your mind. But definitely it's very important, as you mentioned, for people to have this very important skill of like awareness and how to defend yourself.
How to deal, like be quick, because you know it's that kind of fight or flight kind of thing too as well. I'd love to hear from you, like in your classes that you've been teaching, and of course the wealth of knowledge that you've been able to get over the years and talking to persons. What do you think has been one of the big issues with persons when it comes to learning self-defense?
I think the biggest one is that people, they think it's never going to happen to them. I hear people sign up and then they don't come out because it rains that day.
Oh, Lord.
Or they decide that they have too much laundry to do, or they're going to do it the next time I come. And I've been doing this for 24 years. This year makes my 24th year of teaching. And I go all around the country. And because I'm only one person and I go all around the country, I usually only get to one part of the country once or twice a year. So I'm not going to come back every week or all the time. I'm only going to be there maybe once this year, maybe twice this year for your part of the country. But things happen every day.
Yeah.
They might happen, you don't come today, it might happen tomorrow. It might happen later today. I've taught classes where somebody has come to a class and the same day they have used the skill that they learned earlier that day in the class. And it's happened more than once that people have told me, hey, I learned this thing in your class in the morning, and then evening or that night, I used that skill
Wow.
in order to save myself from being harmed. And it surprised me.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the thing that has been the hardest to deal with.
Yeah.
Is that people don't see the value. And of course, I don't often do it for free. Sometimes it's free for the community because an organization pays for me to do it. But this is something I've been doing for a long time. I've put a lot of money and effort into my training. And I also have to pay my bills. I have to eat. I have to feed myself. This is how I make a living. And I try to keep the cost very low so people can attend the trainings. But people will say, you know, oh, I thought it was free. I'm not going to come because I thought it was free. But they're willing to spend money on a lot of very very things that maybe aren't necessary. And they don't see that these are skills that could save their life.
Definitely.
And the lives of their children. You know, they might be out there spending money on kind of things that are really not necessary, but they say, oh, I'm not gonna spend the little bit of money for my daughter to come out for something like that, but they'll spend other money on other kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so I definitely appreciate the fact that you're saying it's a very important skill set to have because you never know when it might come in handy for you or somebody. And that there are people that are sponsoring these events for them to come to their nearest location for them to benefit from the skills training that you're providing. I'm curious to know, why do people show up? You know, so Ren asked about the challenge, but I'm curious, what prompts people to show up?
I think oftentimes people will show up when something has happened to them or something has happened to somebody they personally know. Or something happens in the community. It's been a long time since I've done sessions in Belize City because, for one, it's hard to find venues in Belize City because people will charge money for venues, and then I don't have my own space. And so often I don't have the money to put out because once I have to put money out, then I have to charge a lot of money for people to come for the session. I usually do sessions that somebody else calls me to do a session. So an organization will pay for me, and then I do the sessions for the people that belong to that organization.
Yeah, and you're saying that people show up because of something that happened to them or somebody within their own space have experienced a situation of violence where they felt like it was important to de-escalate or defend myself.
Right. So the reason I'm here today is that I'm doing a session because of what happened to Miss Faber that happened over this past weekend. And I was even more motivated because that happened directly in my neighborhood. I literally live the apartment building where she was allegedly murdered is almost in my backyard.
Wow.
I walk by that apartment building 3-4 times a week.
That is chilling. Wow.
And I talk to the people that live in that apartment building often. And so that really hit home for me. And I said, I'm not serving the women in Belize City. Because the women in Belize City I'm just going to other places because other places call me and say, we want you to come here. We have a space for you to come here. We're willing for you to come here. And so I said, I need to talk to people I know. And Steve Mosiah has a Shotokan karate studio academy here. And I spoke to him, and he said I can use his space.
Very well.
To do a program on Saturday.
Okay, so can you give us an overview of what the program looks like?
Okay, so for this time, I'm only going to be able to do a mini workshop. I usually do a 4-hour workshop, but this time I'm going to give a 2-hour workshop this Saturday that will include the very best and the very most important techniques. I'm going to focus mostly on the physical techniques, but also include the observational skills, because the observational skills are what keep you safe before anything physical happens.
All right, all right.
And so we're going to talk about mainly observational skills, how to prevent and keep yourself safe before something happens. And then we're going to talk about vulnerable targets on an attacker. Because before you ever have to fight back, you need to know where to hit somebody to make it effective. Because you don't want to just
hit.
When you're talking about self-defense, it's not like a boxing match. In self-defense, you don't want to be continuing to fight and have it be ineffective. You want to make 1, 2, maybe 3 hits or strikes on a person, and you want it to be able to disable them or cause an injury bad enough to the attacker that you can get away.
Yes.
That's the whole point. You don't want to stay there and have a long fight.
Karate session with them.
This is not one of those.
Yeah.
That's why self-defense is different than martial arts.
I see.
Right? A martial art is for a competition. And in self-defense, you want to be able to do the things you need to do in order to cause an injury or disable the person enough that you can get away.
All right. So thank you for...
And so you want to know where is vulnerable on your attacker that you could cause those injuries. So I teach that first. Then I'm going to teach enough techniques, just some simple things that everybody can learn in 2 hours, that when they leave there, they can go home and practice those things and they can use them.
Very well.
And the people that come to that session on Saturday, if they decide they want to learn more, then we can talk about making it a regular thing that we can do on a regular basis.
Very well.
And we can keep up with that so they become really, really good at it, and they learn more techniques after that to help them in different situations.
That's very good. Thank you for giving us that overview of what the 2-hour session is going to look like.
What that 2-hour session. And I'm going to offer it at a reduced rate.
Very well.
I'm offering it because this is kind of an emergency situation where I think people are really... This is a crime that we have very rarely heard of this gruesome of a crime happening. There's been a few instances, but I've lived in this country for almost 24 years now. And in this time, there's very few instances we've heard of this type of crime occurring.
That is true. I know of one in my village where it happened. So taking advantage that you're here and the time constraint that we have, we would like to invite you for us to quickly know, 1 or 2 skills that people can apply, right away. So, Ren, are you down for this?
Yes, I'm down, always.
All right, so Ren is going to do it. And then after that, we're going to quickly go over details for the Saturday session, cost and all of those things.
Okay.
For now, let's...
I'll show you maybe 2 or 3 quick skills.
Very well.
Okay.
Totally welcome.
Kevin, would you mind if I use you as the target?
Sure. Okay.
Kevin's face up.
So you can watch, so then you can practice the skill on the pad after I show it on Kevin.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Okay. So you can just stand here, and the first target I'll show is this is going to be the skill. It's going to be a palm heel. So you're going to use your hand like this. So we're striking with this part of the hand. We don't punch because we don't want to break our own fingers. And I'm going to show this to the nose. So the nose is one of the vulnerable targets. So the strike comes like a push up. So your elbow is down and you're pushing up to the nose. So push up like this. So your strike would come to the nose. So you can stand up, and I'm going to use this as the nose. Come up here.
Interesting. Okay.
So you're going to use your palm heel, and you're going to strike the pad. Good.
Like that?
Yeah. And do 2 more. Excellent.
Ow, this is exciting.
The next strike I'm going to show is a palm fist. So you're going to put your thumb on the outside.
Oh, outside.
So outside. Okay. You can knock somebody out pretty easy. Okay, I'm going to go across the body because that has a good, probably one of the most stronger strikes rather than going outside. That takes a little bit more strength. So you're going to strike like this. So the strike comes like this. You're going to strike here.
Yeah, but it's also like your stance, right? Like you...
Yeah, so I'm using my whole body to come forward.
Oh, yeah, like...
Yeah, like your leg has to power and...
And you go true like that.
Yeah, so I'm going to hold it this way.
Okay.
So which hand do you want to strike with?
I think we're going to strike with this hand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So this is okay.
Yeah, so this is a person's side of their head.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. You feel how strong that is?
I actually do, and like for some reason you can get more force because
Yes.
of the way you're standing too as well. Like
Excellent.
Kevin said.
Excellent. Good. And the last one I'm going to show, so we can do one with the leg, is going to be a knee to the groin.
Ooh,
Okay?
that sounds like a fun one.
Yeah. And so with this one, whichever leg you're going to use, that leg is going to be back. And you're going to grab the opposite shoulder of the attacker.
Okay.
And so you're going to grab his shoulder and you're going to pull him in, and then you're going to strike to the groin. Okay, so you pull him off balance, and then you bring the strike up to the groin.
Okay.
Okay, so for me, I don't want you to pull me in because I don't want you to strike me in the groin.
No problem.
So I want you just to grab my shoulder and then come in and strike the pad with your knee.
Ah, got you.
Okay? So whichever knee you want to use, you put that leg back.
Okay, so I'm thinking which one feels more comfortable. In the moment, you won't even know which one. You're just gonna do it, right?
You're just going to do it, but you're going to get it, like in the class, you'll get a lot of practice.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it will feel more natural, okay?
So it's like, okay, so it's like
So which,
like that one. So it's like
Which-
you do it the next knee.
the opposite side.
So if I go on this hand, then I go like that.
That's right. So you
Okay.
grab both hands on the shoulder.
And you push forward.
That's right.
Like that,
Perfect.
right?
Do it again. Good. Do a couple more. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Excellent job. Good job.
But I really do like the fact that you have to pull somebody because sometimes people will think it's like, oh, you just kick them like that.
And
But-
since you're only pulling one shoulder, even if it's a big person, you'll be able to pull them off balance.
ah,
If you were pulling both, they could resist.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is so true.
Yeah.
I like this.
And there's a lot more because it's 2 hours, not 3 minutes.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Those were some like very helpful tips that you
Right?
just shared that people can do. Yeah, because it's
And then because I show targets, the techniques that I show, I will show you those same techniques to all the targets. Because all the techniques go to all the targets.
okay. All right, so thank you so much for doing that demo. Ren, how did you feel about that just
I
now?
feel
Do you feel it
intimidated.
useful?
So you should
I
come
feel
to the
Yeah.
class.
Totally useful. I've actually been to one of your classes too. So one of my favorite ones was when you showed us how to use the key.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I also teach defense against weapons like gun, knife, machete. We might not get to that in a 2-hour class, but in a full session, I do teach that. Strangulation, suffocation, all of those kind of things as well.
So, and it's really useful because honestly, in the moment you're not even thinking about. Because I remember you used the example of like you're trying to get to your house or something, and then the person is coming up, and like you're trying to think, what are you gonna do? But you can use the same exact key as like a little weapon to like be able
It's
to like defend
especially like
yourself.
if you're
going to
running
your
or
car.
walking, most people have a key with them, right?
Yeah.
So that's an easy tool that you can use in order to defend yourself. Ms. Renee, thank you so much for that demonstration. Now let's talk details about Saturday's event. Where can people sign up? What's the fee? And if anybody wants to get in touch with you to bring this training to their establishment or their group, how can they go ahead and do that?
Sure. So my phone number is 630
That's right.
5571, and they can WhatsApp me there or text me there. The fee for this weekend only for the 2-hour class, so I cut the price, slashed the price. It's $15 for the 2 hours for adults.
50.
15.
1-5.
Okay.
1-5.
Okay.
And for children, for girls, so that's for women. For girls under 15 and under, it's just $5.
Oh, nice.
And then, so that's just for the 2 hours. And then
Where is it gonna be?
It's going to be at the Belize Shotokan Karate Academy
Very well.
at 44 Barrack Road. And so that's close to Queen Street. So if you're going down Queen Street, you turn on Barrack and you'll see it right there. So that'll just be for this Saturday. And then the people that show up, we'll talk about if they want to continue. We can figure
Yeah,
out
it's
how
a
we're
great
going to
introduction
continue
for sure.
after that.
Yeah.
On the following Saturday, I think that's the 18th, I will be in Hopkins. People can get in touch with me if they want to sign up for the Hopkins class. That's going to be a full workshop.
Okay.
People that have done my class in Hopkins before, I'm open to doing a refresher course on the Sunday morning. So anybody in Hopkins is watching this and have done my class before, we can talk about the refresher course for next week.
Very well.
Sunday. November, I am open to November and early December before all the Christmas stuff starts. I'm open to go anywhere in the country.
Very well. No,
So get in
really
touch
good
with
to
me.
know.
I mean Village, I mean Keys, I mean anywhere from Corozal to Punta Gorda. Get in touch with me. I will come to you. You just need to contact me about having enough people in your community. And I travel, I bring all my gear. All you need to do is find a space for me and we'll
Yeah.
make it happen.
Yeah.
And the number again for those of you that are on television or on YouTube is 630-5571. I've put it in the chat again. I wrote with the prices too as well. For right now, this specific session that's happening on this Saturday is $15 for adults, and children 15 and under are $5. Well, girls 15 and under are $5. So just for this specific session. But of course, you can talk to Renee and then be able to coordinate when it comes to bringing it into a community area. Once you provide the location and everything, it's really easy and clear cut for you guys to negotiate a price for her to come and give the session. And of course, like you mentioned, it's like it could be a 2-hour session, it could be a 4-hour session. It really depends on what they can be able to have feasible.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. As we wrap up this conversation, Renee, do you have any last words of encouragement for people to attend one of your sessions?
I would just say, think about the situations you're in. Think about who you are. I don't just work with girls and women. I work with all vulnerable populations.
true.
I work with the LGBT community. I work with elderly people. I work with people with disabilities. I work with regular men. I work with anybody who has a need that wants to work with me. And think about who you are and what it is you want to accomplish, what the situations are, and how you can be safer. And if I can help you be safer, get in touch with me, because that's been my goal for almost 25 years now, and I don't see it stopping. And I want to be here to help you achieve those goals.
Thank you so much. And thank you for the service that you provide, that you've been providing for 20, 25 years. It's very, very important. I participated in one that you hosted with LGBTQ plus people. And super, super valuable, because there's many people that can be in situations of vulnerability to violence.
And she goes through the situations. You can always ask your questions, because like somebody in the comment is asking, what do you do if the person is super tall and you're trying to do the same growing? Like, where would you grab that person?
You grab them at the waist.
At the waist. So see, we have a
one side of the waist and you pull them in.
So
see, there you go.
Look at you. There are different ways that we can be able to adapt to us. And all of those questions
And come
more
to my class and
can
ask
be
the questions, and we
asked
work
there.
it out in class. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. But thank you again. And I've put a number in the chat for people again to set up and come to the session for this Saturday. Message in to find out more information about it. With that, we're going to go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados y la mejor opción para el paciente.
At RF&G Insurance, we're committed to safeguarding what matters most to you, offering coverage mile after mile. Our offices and agents located across Belize ensure that you are protected. Secure your property with RF&G Householders Comprehensive Policy. From your home to your belongings, we offer protection so you can enjoy life to the fullest. For more information on your coverage options, contact our team of experts today or visit your local agents. We'll be ready to assist. Don't forget, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Muy buenos dias, my beautiful Sun Up on 7 family. Welcome back to your Wednesday episode. Just before the commercial break, we had a great, informative conversation with Renee Wentz, empowerment self-defense instructor, promoting their workshop this coming Saturday. If you want to find out more details, we're going to be having those on our Facebook and Instagram platforms, where you can find out the details and for you to sign up. They're at a discounted rate, and of course, you may never know when you need self-defense classes, so take advantage that it's here in Belize City. And of course, if you miss any of our guests, you can always go back to Facebook and Instagram to stay tuned with who they are and what conversations to bring to our show. Move on to our last conversation, and the UDP Caretaker Convention is ongoing, and today we have the pleasure of having a conversation with Mr. Aldon Thatcher. He is the caretaker candidate for Stan Creek West. Mr. Aldon, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Sun Up on 7.
Good morning.
For making the trip all the way from Stanley.
Stanley.
Yeah, I know.
Here.
From Pomona Village.
From Pomona?
Yeah, that's where I reside.
All right.
Yeah, thank you both for having me here as well. Miss Renata and yourself,
Pomona, that people that love you, know. Big up Pomona to us.
Of course.
Yes, because how you not big up Pomona?
No, I will get to that.
Because them I'll put you
You
out
know, right?
there. Got one thing about village people too as well. They don't play. You better try big up me correct, recognize.
That's right. That's right. Well, I want to start it out by saying, thank God, because without God we are nothing. We should always put God in front of whatever we proceed to do, no?
Definitely.
Yeah, so without God, like I said, we are nothing. So I give God thanks and praise to have me here today to meet with you beautiful people.
Thank you.
And I also want to take the time out to say good morning to the people of Stone Creek West. Especially the people of Pomona where I reside.
Yeah. To the 26 villages in Stone Creek West.
Right.
Kudos to you. Honestly, it is a big task to get done, and this is why redistricting is necessary. Just side note there, just throwing that out there. Because of course, representation, it's hard to be able to speak to all these persons. And I'm sure that every village has its different concerns, its different needs.
Of course.
And talk to us a little bit about just your involvement in being a caretaker. Of course, we know the convention is coming up, but what is your push or your want to be fully involved and take care of Stone Creek West?
Well, the thing is, Stone Creek West have a lot of needs, like what you rightfully said earlier. There's main Stone Creek West is in a extreme deplorable conditions. The roads, are in, some of the roads, if you don't have a 4x4 vehicle, you won't be able to move around in the village, So my thing is to try to get those roads fixed. The number one thing, once we would farm the government is to, provide lands for the younger generation. I mean, it's terrible, the younger generation, if you go down south, they literally live, like 4 or 5 houses in one house lot, which is like 100 by 75. It is ridiculous, So if God give us the will to make it through this upcoming general election, of course that will be my number one priority.
Is there land available to us all? Because I just want to, because I want to look at that aspect of being able to actually have the land. Because I know that an issue that faces a lot of areas is that the land has been bought up, sold, but people don't inhabit the land. It's just there, sitting around and everything too as well.
Well, the thing is, the government responsibility is to acquire the land. You need to acquire the land for your people. I believe the government doesn't have their priorities right. They're mainly focusing on the outside, investors or whatever, rather than their own people. Which is very, very heartbreaking. Acquire these lands. They would find money to purchase very expensive vehicles and stuff like that, but they would not find money to acquire lands for the, for the people in the community. If you saw a couple weeks or months ago the situation at Maya Center, it is very heartbreaking, to know that these people, are trying to get a piece of land so that they can expand the community. They don't even have a burial ground to bury their loved ones. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. It's very heartbreaking, Renata.
Wow.
It's very sad. I decided to get involved in politics because, not for self-gain, because I've been campaigning since 2024. Since 2024, I've been on the ground. I build roads in Santa Rosa, San Roman, Red Bank, also in Pomona Village for the farmers. I try to do what I can do to the best of my ability, right? I help with back-to-school supplies, I built a zip line. Probably I'll send you the video or something later on. There's a zip line that I built so that the children from Red Bank and San Pablo and even the teachers can traverse the river. Yeah, because I believe a few years ago, a child lost their life in the river. Not this one that happened recently with the father and the son, one that happened before that. And the principal from San Pablo School, which is a good friend of mine, and he came out on the on the media, I believe, or on Facebook, trying to get assistance from the government. And it didn't happen. It fell on deaf ears, So I saw it on social media, and well, of course, I pray over it, because everything I pray over, and God, lead me to the right persons. I got the finances, and so I built that for them. So now they can traverse that river, whether it's raining, whether the river is flooded. It's okay. Whether the river is flooded or whatever, they can now traverse the river.
Yeah. So you do have a large constituency to navigate.
Right.
How do you feel about the team? How do you feel about the campaign so far?
Well, my team is a very, very, strong team. I have a lot of confidence in my team. A lot of confidence, Man, I feel so good because, up to 11, 12 o'clock last night, my team was calling me, giving me report what happened in this village, what happened in that village. So I know that my team is working extremely hard. The sentiments across Stanley West is that people tired, people want a change. People are saying, you know what, let me try someone new. Let me try someone new and see what will take place. Because some of them are saying, we have to stop judge people by the color of the skin, the way they walk, the way they talk, the vehicle they drive, the house they live in. It's unfair. You have to give that person a try. Nobody know what I'm capable of doing if I don't get the opportunity to prove myself.
Right.
You can't just look and say, oh, he can't do this or he cannot do that.
Yeah.
It's
something like the villagers or the specific area in general looks like they want a change. They want something a little bit different, because there are serious issues if you're looking at idea of owning land and being able to deal with roads and so forth. These are big initiatives to get done too as well. And I want to look now at the aspect, because of course, like Kevin said, it's a huge area to look at.
Extremely.
And if you were able to be successful for this caretaker convention that's happening this Sunday, what would be, because you're already doing the work.
Right.
So it's not like, oh, you're just going to start doing the work. So you're already doing the work. But what are some other things you'd want to push beyond just getting elected and being in general elections and so forth and like that, but the practicality of being here presently, like in this year or next year to come, that you would want to be doing in the village too as well, to help again with the morale, help things moving too as well, because these are real concerns. These are expensive concerns.
Right. Very costly indeed. Well, I will just, once I win the convention, I will just continue from, where I basically been doing, because I haven't stopped any at all. Like I said, for the past 4 years, I've been, working throughout the community. So I will just continue. But by winning the caretaker convention, I believe that will give me and my team more momentum to go around, to try to seek little assistance from the business community here and there, so that we could, continue to work, throughout Stanley Creek West.
Very well. Let's start winding down this conversation, Mr. Alden. The convention is on Sunday.
Right.
What message do you have for the people that are going to come out to this convention to cast their vote?
Well, for the people of Stanley Creek West, I will tell them this is the time for them to make the change. Because a lot of people talk change, but you can't talk change. If you want to make the change, you have to come out and make the change.
I see.
You can't stay home and say, you know what, I want a change, but you need to come out and make the change.
What are the details for this convention too as well, so that people can be able to cast their votes? Where they're supposed to go, time and everything too as well?
Right. So the venue for the caretaker convention for Stanley Creek West will be in Silgrass Village.
Okay.
Yeah, that will be the Methodist Primary School.
Perfect.
Yeah, the timing will be from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So, I am appealing to my, beautiful constituency of Stanley Creek West. This is the opportunity to make that change. Now is the time to make that change.
Is there, because I know that the villages are separated and there's a little bit of distance, is there any support given for people that want transportation or anything like that? So can they reach out to the team?
Of course. We already have everything set in place for that. Yeah, for food, drinks, transportation.
Yeah, what have you. Because I know the Wali trek for reach.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's a very big area. Like Kevin was saying it initially in the beginning.
Right.
It's a big area to cover. So kudos to you and your team.
Thank you.
It's not an easy task to do 26 villages with all the different needs and everything too as well. So this Sunday, if you need help with transportation and these different things, what number or which Facebook page can they be able to contact to be able to get in contact with you or your team to arrange?
Well, of course, the thing is that I have a team in every single village. So,
okay.
so you know, we make that interaction with
So
the
they already
people.
know
So right,
basically.
so they know they already know
Perfect,
what exactly to do and how to do it. So yeah.
So if anybody wants to get in contact with you, they already know basically
Exactly,
the team.
right,
what's gonna be
right,
done. And
right,
is there
right.
like a Facebook page that they can also check out to see, you know, where you're gonna be at or anything like that? Anything associated?
Well, I haven't done that as yet, you know, because in the villages, you know, basically everybody know everybody. So we,
true. That
you know,
village,
everybody know
that village,
everybody.
yeah.
So
You studied very well.
right,
Yes, that's true.
right.
Once you know this, when you know this, and if you
Right,
don't know,
right.
you go ask your aunt.
Exactly,
Yeah, you can go ask your granny.
Yeah. They have a different
Exactly.
social network.
That is
Right,
true.
right,
It's
right,
not
right,
online,
right,
it's
right,
in person.
right.
That is true. And
Yeah.
they're not much like person. Like they like to talk to somebody. It's
Right,
less
right,
of the
right.
phone, it's more of the
Right.
and when you sit down in my house, eat tea with me and that kind of thing too as well.
Well, you know, when I'm campaigning across Tank Request, Renata, I feel the love, you know, because many times I left from home so early that I don't even have breakfast.
Oh.
And, you know, I don't have to worry.
The people cover you.
Man, you
The
know,
people that love
I get my, what you call the caldo, and man, these people take care of me. You know.
It's so good to hear that you
the
went
love
to
is
see
there.
in
The
this-
love is
in these
there. The love
different
is
areas.
there.
Mr. Adonway, thank you so much for joining us today on Sun Up on 7 to give us an insight into what's the campaign trail looking like. You know, what are your plans if you were to get elected as caretaker for this Tank Request constituency? And of course, we wish you all the best
Thank you.
with the convention on Sunday. We look forward to the outcomes
Thank
also.
you.
So maybe a future conversation with you.
Yes, an
That
update
would
on
be-
what's
that would be
happening
very
too
good.
as well.
Of course, Renata.
Would
Of
definitely
course, of
be a
course.
thing. And then we could do a dance then.
Of course,
He wants to dance.
course.
He came
He
here ready
wants
to
to
dance.
dance.
Right.
Somebody come on the show and say, I want to dance. So like we definitely have to challenge you
Right.
to that.
right.
So after
And by
everything
and by we, Renata meant she will challenge you because
Right.
I be judged. I just look up by
Yeah.
Definitely, it's great to have this conversation and continue to do the great work
Thank
that you
you.
are doing
Thank
to
you.
make
Thank
sure the
you.
needs are met in the
Thank you.
constituents. Because it's a lot that
Right.
needs to be
It is,
done,
it
and
is,
these are
it is, it
expensive
is.
things too as well. So I'm
Right,
hoping
right.
that
Yeah.
the backing
Right.
can come together.
Right.
But with that, guys, we're gonna go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
At RF&G Insurance, we're committed to safeguarding what matters most to you, offering coverage mile after mile. Our offices and agents located across Belize ensure that you are protected. Secure your property with RF&G Householders' comprehensive policy. From your home to your belongings, we offer protection so you can enjoy life to the fullest. For more information on your coverage options, contact our team of experts today or visit your local agents. We'll be ready to assist. Don't forget, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Rowe Group company.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Shiri Kelsel, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
And we are back.
Girl, your secret come out. I almost come out on live
national TV. On live TV. That, you know what's funny? Live TV has no apologies. You realize that? Like, anything happen, just happen.
That is
you can't
true.
redo it. You can't fix it up. It done. That's all you done. That's all the thing.
That's true.
Play, but we've come to the ending of our show for all you boozlers. We have 4 more minutes, and we're going to do a very important announcement and a proper big up to as well, because our SCA team went out to play volleyball and won gold in Costa Rica for the intermediate level Codcader games, and they beat Costa Rica, and it's an amazing thing that we have to like really big them up for.
Costa Rica, they have a high level.
Yeah,
of
Costa Rica
volleyball.
not come for play these games. Like, Costa Rica come for make wake up. I'm here. So like, for you to be able to bring your strategy, bring all your skills, because we know these women are extremely competent that go out to play. Mr. Peter not play these games with them, and all of the coaches that come together are not like shabby of making sure that they're excellent out there. And it came to fruition with us winning. Come true, baby boo. Winning.
Congratulations to the SCA
gold.
girls for winning gold. Yes.
Costa Rica, all right? And again, this is for the intermediate level Codcader games too as well. So we're really proud of our girls. But not only that, I want to say I'm proud of all the parents. I'm proud of all the support system, proud of all the coaches, proud of everybody that puts in energy and effort that are behind the scenes to make sure that they can go out and represent the country well too as well.
Yeah. You know, in Costa Rica, they do not pronounce the R as R, like as...
How do I say it?
No, they don't say Costa Rica.
What do they say?
They say Costa Rica. Like, they,
Costa Rica.
they pronounce the R like how we pronounce the R. Like, they do not say like perro or carro.
They say perro.
They say perro, caro. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, they do not do the R. Yeah.
You know, I want to go to Costa Rica. I've been like I've had some Costa Rican colleagues that spoke about it. They mentioned like, girl, the traffic is bad. Like, like that's the funniest thing. I'm like, tell me about it's like the traffic is bad. They start off with that to just let me be put on your toes. Like if you're going to an event, plan like 2 hours in advance. And I'm like, oh wow.
Big
okay.
city things. You know, like we look at our rush hour in the morning, right?
That's why I laugh, you know, because a lot of times when we complain about our traffic at 8 or our traffic at 5, and I'm like, baby boo, the traffic ain't the same.
See, we're seeing it. We're seeing it now. So that's our.
I love it. Look at our camera coming in handy. This is our traffic.
This is our traffic in the city at the moment.
This is our baby boo.
Yeah.
Baby boo. Nobody there bati to bati.
I love it.
For the cars there. It's not like neck up on neck. It's like different in those other countries. But again, big up to our girls. Kudos to you. You know, putting in the work and seeing the fruits of your labor come out.
That's true.
To be showcased.
Yeah, definitely. We thank everybody that joined us today on this episode. You know, it's always so good to share this space with you. You receive with so much love, and also like all this exchange of great perspectives that happen through our couch talk with our guests that are here. Your engagement with your questions, you know, following up like from the events that come and you say, we're interested in following up on those events. How can we participate? Definitely, we love your engagement. Yes. Ren, I am super excited about Halloween, and it's unfortunate you're not going to be here with me this year. Miriam and I are going to be doing Halloween.
They're going to be doing, do we tell them
No,
the
we're
theme?
not going to tell them the theme.
Do we not theme the theme? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but stay tuned.
Okay, what I will say, it's Belizean.
Yeah,
Can I say that?
Well,
I didn't say that right now.
All right, then, yeah, it's Belizean folklore we're going to be doing.
I didn't say the rest, Kev.
Oh.
I just said it's Belizean.
It's Belizean.
It's Belizean.
Yeah, but they have like scary people in the present. They could be considered folklore.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be Belizean folklore. Because I was just going to say it's Belizean. That's all I was saying. But Kevin, you said this other thing at Kevin, right? I had to give him a wally inch. He want to give it the full 9 yards. Like, he know they play these games on at all.
Not the tip. You know, but it's just like, it's very, yeah, like very, like,
Are you excited?
There's so much like folklores in the country too.
That is true.
Right? So it's like, which one it's going to be?
Guys, which folklore is Miriam and Kevin gonna be? It's gonna be really exciting to see, because I know that last year Miriam did also do a Halloween special. I think she came as the vampire.
She was
the zombie.
I was a zombie.
No, but she was a zombie
She
too.
was the prom queen.
Oh, but she looked dead.
She was like the murdering prom queen.
Okay, I was just checking because she had some dead features. So I was just checking, like, is this a afterlife prom? Is this a like we're here today prom? I'm not sure, but really excited to see you guys showcase your stuff and have fun for that day. So of course, guys, I think we should make it a guessing game to see what do you think Kevin and Miriam are gonna be? Which Belizean folklore? Because we have a wide range. I also want to have the guessing game because I want to hear from people what folklore they know.
That is true.
That's going to be a cute thing too as well. It's really important that we remember our culture and remember our folklore too as well. And pass these stories on to our children.
Yeah.
Get your thing done. Not spend it on a granny. Mommy, daddy, all uno.
Especially on full moon nights.
Okay, look at you. You don't want to have to leave.
Our granny used to do that. Our granny used to, like, on full moon, we used to, like, gather together at the living room, and then we would just, like, tell all these stories. Of course, we could not be able to sleep after, but, you know, that's another story.
Oh my gosh, by the campfires or stuff like that, by the roast marshmallow.
So good. But folks, we thank you so much for engaging with Red and I. Red, it was a pleasure sharing the space with you.
Always, Kavito.
Yeah, it was a pleasure sharing the space with you too.
And with that, guys, we're gonna thank, of course, the Belize Global Elite Academy that's on. We've already posted actually their QR code to be able to see what the camp is about. The academy is about. They're looking for children ages 5 to 18 to be able to participate. You get a free basketball, jersey, t-shirt, all kind of great stuff. Please tell a friend, tell a cousin, tell an aunt, tell everybody. If you tell somebody, to make sure they register because they're looking for more persons. And of course, we're going to thank Renee Wentz that is always doing incredible work from the past 20 plus years in Belize when it comes to empowerment and self-defense. She has her class this Saturday that's going to be happening 2 to 4 p.m. We're going to be posting the flyer with all the details for that too as well. And of course, we spoke to Mr. Aldon Tasher, who has his Sankrick West constituency caretaker convention happening this Sunday. We're going to see what the outcome of that is going to be. If he wins, he promised he's going to be dancing soca with Kevin and I when he comes back on the couch. So we'll challenge and hold that to him. But with that, guys, we've end off the show and send you off. Bye.
Yeah, some people are saying Belizean folklore, it could be Shine or Jewels. I am telling you. I am telling you. Folklore, folklore.
I love him, man.
We love you. We'll see you on Friday. You see Ren and Brandon tomorrow for another great episode of Sunup on 7. Have a great hump day and wish you all the best. May every goodness manifest itself for you today.
For B. Julisha.
Yeah. We'll see. Now let's dance, Ren.
Oh, let's dance.
Ay, mami, ven conmigo. Es muy temprano para regresar a la disco. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mami, ven conmigo. A place to call your home. A place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up